animal-based diet has changed my life in a very short amount of time. In the first month, I lost 10 pounds. I have all but eliminated my chronic headaches. The inflammation in my body has improved so much. It's so simple. I'm saving tons of time and money, and I just want to share about it today. So today's video is going to be all about how to begin on an animal-based diet. My name is Alicia. Welcome to my channel. Let's get into it. What is included on the animal-based diet? It's mostly meat. It's going to be meat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can have a little bit of fruit, some low oxalate vegetables in a very small amount. Some people include dairy, some people include honey. So it's basically within those parameters with any variety, any nuance that works best for your body. And so a typical day of eating for me looks like maybe 2 eggs cooked in butter for breakfast. I keep hens, so I usually eat eggs every single day for my breakfast. And I'll throw in any little bit of meat that might be left over from the day before, whether it's ground beef or some bacon. So meat and eggs for breakfast. And then my lunch every single day right now looks like a ribeye. It's a ribeye. It's just thrown into my air fryer. It's very simple, very easy. And for my dinner, it might be burger patties, it might be another steak, I might cook up some chicken or some salmon and have just like a little bit of vegetables around the edges of the plate to work more as a condiment rather than a side dish. And because I cook dinner for my family, I still do put out some vegetables and some sort of carb source for them, like if it's potatoes or pasta or a garlic bread or something like that. So I'm still providing those things for everybody else, but for me, I just cook up the meat and it's all good. And then my snack before bed is usually a bowl of organic frozen berries from Costco with a dollop of Greek yogurt and maybe a drizzle of maple syrup on top of there. And I find that is just so delicious and satiating. At the end of the day, it's like dessert before bed. Not exactly before bed, but after dinner. It's the best. Why would somebody eat an animal-based diet? Well, it is a very anti-inflammatory diet. It is very easy on your digestion, it's highly nutrient dense, and it gives you all kinds of energy. People come to this diet often to heal chronic conditions in their bodies. Some people come here to lose weight, or just because they want to eat a diet that's closer to nature. So eating only seasonal fruits and vegetables and keeping with meat throughout the year is very close to how our ancestors probably ate in most parts of the world. How much should you eat on an animal-based diet? You should eat as much as you need to feel full and satiated, especially if you're coming from a standard American diet. Maybe start with 3 meals a day and have snacks and don't limit the fruit, especially if you've been eating a lot of carbohydrates like pasta and bread and things as part of your regular diet. You're gonna switch out those things for fruit. Don't limit the fruit. Keep some carbohydrates in there. It's definitely gonna help you sleep, especially in the beginning. If you remove all the carbohydrates from your diet right away, most people will struggle with their sleep. And it's actually like a big stress response that the body's gonna give you. So go easy, ease in, trade out the carbs for fruit, and then after a while, if you feel like you're having too much fruit, just start to take it back a little bit. Just have a little bit less every day and don't go crazy. Do you need to track your calories or your macros on an animal-based diet? No, you don't have to count your calories. You don't have to track your macros. I think you could be perfectly successful on this diet if you don't write down anything or adhere to any kind of parameters. However, I personally do track, and I do believe in tracking because it's just information that you're taking in that you can make adjustments to as you go. A lot of us won't remember like how we felt last Wednesday and what made us feel that way. So I like to write that down. If I was tired, if my mood was off, if I had any kind of like inflammation or pain in my body, if my sleep was bad, why was my sleep bad? Sometimes my sleep isn't bad because of me. I might be tired because I slept poorly, but it might be because my husband was snoring or my puppy jumped on my face or like some other reason, you know? So I like to use the app MyFitnessPal because it's free and it's really easy, and I'm not crazy when I track. I don't write down like exactly what I ate. I don't weigh and measure things. I just kind of like pop it in the app, and in the bottom part where it says food notes, that's where I write down my mood, my stress, my energy, just any little thing I can think of, how I was feeling that day. And then it's something that I can look back on. I can be like, whoa, my sleep got really bad. Why? And it might be just because I ate so many carbohydrates that day, or maybe I needed to eat more fat. And these are things that you can just go ahead and make adjustments to as you go. But the more information, the better. Some people might even find benefit with the wearable devices like Whoop, or I have a Garmin watch, and this tracks my sleep overnight, my activity levels through the day, and then my heart rate variability as well, which is a measure of how well we're recovering in the night. Like if we work out too hard, it might go down, or if we're sick, it might go down. So we want to keep it up. We want to make adjustments to our lifestyle to keep our recovery through the night optimal. So as far as calories go, don't worry about it too much. You might want to pay attention, but aside from making sure that you're getting enough food, I wouldn't worry too much about the calories, especially in the beginning. Maybe as you go on, if you want to start putting on more muscle, you might need more calories, you might need more protein, but that's why we pay attention and that's why we track. Should you fast on an animal-based diet? You certainly can, but I think as you're beginning it, don't fast. Just have your 3 meals a day, have your snacks, make sure you're good, make sure you're adjusting. Fasting can be another stressor on our body. It can sometimes affect our nervous system in a negative way. So although there are many, many benefits to fasting, and I personally love fasting, I think as you're just getting used to this diet, don't do any fasting. Just let yourself get adjusted. Just support your body, and when you're ready, your body will tell you when it's time to play with fasting. What do I feed my family if I'm eating animal-based and they aren't? So my basic formula for this that I used for 14 years as I ate paleo and my family did not, is that I will cook a meat thing, like a big meat thing, whatever it is that I want to eat for my special diet, that's what I'm gonna cook for dinner. And then I'm gonna fill in the gaps around it. So if I cook for me, say I want tacos, I will make a whole bunch of taco beef, and I'll put my little bit of salsa, some avocado, maybe some sour cream, some cheese onto mine. And for the rest of them, I'll put out some flour tortillas. I'll cook them beans and rice. I'll give them a whole plate of vegetables that they can build their taco bowls or their wraps with. And that's how it's done. It's simple. You don't have to stress over it too much. Just provide for everybody else the rest of it, and you have what you need. How much fruit should I eat on an animal-based diet? I think at first as much as you want, and then start to play with the amounts after that. If you're a very active person, you might want to have more fruit. If you are someone who is dealing with diabetes or trying to get your blood sugar under control, you might want to play with having a little bit less fruit. And you might want to play with the times of day that you're having that fruit. So it's just going to be like a lot at first, just let yourself ease in, let it not be too stressful, and then start playing with the amounts after that to find your optimal amount. So as you settle into this diet, don't stress about it too much. It's not complicated. It's actually really easy. Grocery shopping becomes really easy. You're just gonna go find what meat you want, a little bit of dairy, whatever seasonal vegetable or fruit is calling to you, and it's simple. I've saved a lot of money so far. So just focus on eating meat 3 times a day in the beginning, and then maybe deciding how many meals you want after that. Have a little bit of fruit, have a little bit of vegetables. Try to stick to the low oxalate vegetables. If you want to learn about that, I will link my last video below where I talk all about everything oxalate. And enjoy yourself. This is a healing process, and it is a process. So don't expect to be perfect right away. Don't expect everything to clear up overnight, but I would expect that things will start getting better, maybe quicker than you think. And I would love to hear how it's going for you. If you give this diet a try, if you're already trying it, please write in the comments below your experience, any tips you have to offer, especially for new people, because that's what this video is about. But thank you guys so much for being here. I'm always just so grateful and honored to get to share these things that I have learned, and I hope you have a beautiful experience with it too. We'll talk soon. Bye.